Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this video, I'm looking at G.I. Joe issue 8. Okay, we are here with G.I. Joe issue 8. Another Baroness cover, as I try and collect all the Baroness covers. We open in the pit, where Cover Girl and the other chap, which I can never remember his name, are looking for the Baroness. Apparently she's escaped. They send the other guy off. Cover Girl kind of looks for her. She drops off the ceiling, flats Cover Girl with a shot, which turns out to be a paintball shot, and she's all proud and kind of does a little pose, and she gets shot by the other guy. And it's like, it's a train exercise, and it's like, okay, this, if you hadn't posed, you probably would have been okay, but you should kind of learn that, you're not always going to be safe unless you can see the other guy. If this comes back later on as a thing where she does actually escape, it'd be pretty cool. Anyway, it turns out that in the meantime, Cobra have been looking at the robots, and he explains to Destro that they did have one in his care at one point, but it's now impossible to reach, which obviously was Megatron, but he doesn't know it's escaped. But they're going to try and capture another one. Who that will be? Who knows? Meanwhile, Hound is talking to Clutch about basically observing the G.I. Joe group, and they do that. And then Baroness basically says, right, okay, I need to get out of here. I'm too cooped up. I need to get out and do some kind of downtime. And it's like, if I was going to escape, I would have done so by now. You kind of just have to trust me to kind of just get on with it. So that's fine. Okay, you can have some time off. So she gets her private jet, which she's obviously had before. Um, but Baroness is escorted by Covergirl. Now, I thought Covergirl would be wearing regular stuff, but she's wearing fatigues, obviously being the next model. And they explain about, and she kind of says, "Oh yeah, it must be kind of a nice thing being on a jet you've never been on before." And it's like, "Oh no, I've been on jets. I was a model. I've been on jets all over the place. I've been on Air Force One." It's like, okay, that's fair enough. So anyway, off they fly, and they end up in Paris, which is quite a nice little drawing of Paris. Yeah, very very cool. So almost immediately, the Baroness flees on a motorcycle, gets to this cafe and orders a drink, but she's soon caught up by Covergirl, and it turns out that Major Blood is there. Don't quite know how or why Major Blood was there. Maybe for this reason. As they're discussing kind of what's going on, they seem to be going quite well. And it turns out that the Baroness's parents are across the way. They go there every time for a meeting on their anniversary. So the Baroness just basically wants to observe them and see what's going on, even though she doesn't actually want to be seen. Now, Major Blood probably could know this. I don't know. But at least that gives some kind of relevancy why he's there. Okay, so while they're discussing all this stuff about her parents, this giant bird kind of drops out of the sky. And then many birds drop out of the sky, and Baroness is kind of like, right, you need to save my parents. You need to make sure they're safe. I'll sort with the other people, but they can't see me, so you need to make sure they're safe. And as they're fighting these birds, this guy drops out of the sky, who's apparently called Raptor, and he's there to attack the Baroness. So, all in all, yeah, a pretty cool issue. I don't know who Raptor is, never seen him before. But yeah, this was good. It was a nice little kind of even though it's a Baroness focused story, we've still got some stuff with Cobra, we've still got some stuff with the other G.I. Joe stuff going on. But yeah, decent. Again, G.I. Joe, Energon Universe stuff in general is very, very good, and this just keeps up the quality. So there you go. That's pretty much what I say about this one. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Bye bye.